The following is a Terry Weiss production.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of our virtual campfire sit-down called Weiss Thoughts. Each episode of Weiss Thoughts is a traveling journey inside my mind. We never know what we're going to find once we get in here. But it's always interesting and entertaining conversation. Make sure you check out my website, weissthoughts.com, W-Y-C-E, weissthoughts.com. There you can listen to each and every episode of the podcast. Check out my YouTube channel. Check out the blog, Weiss Life, and so much more. It's all waiting for you at weissthoughts.com. On this episode of Weiss Thoughts, are you afraid of AI? We're going to talk about artificial intelligence. It's really ramping up in today's world, so we're going to delve into that. It's all coming up, so go grab your favorite beverage, get yourself a comfortable seat around my virtual campfire, sit down, and let's talk about AI. Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Weiss Thoughts. I'm so glad you're here. I really am. No, truly, I truly am. And we got a great show and for you. Good podcast in store for you today. I don't know. I'm torn between, Mr. Producer, calling it a podcast, a show. I use both, so some rockin' music you got going here. Turn that up a little. Yeah, that's some good stuff, man. I like that. I like me a good old-fashioned rock and roll show. Yeah, that's back when music was music, huh? No auto-tune and digitized robot voices and kind of gets your blood boiling and moving, doesn't it? Makes me want to dance, so. As terrible as that vision is for you out there of me dancing, but anyway. Welcome to the program. Welcome to Weiss Thoughts. I am Terry Weiss, and I am so glad you've decided to join me for the podcast today. I'm going to definitely make it time well spent for you. And real quick, before we get underway with today's show, remember, you can find me on X. But anyhow, I digress. Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the podcast. And again, you can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter. I used to say you can tweet at me on Twitter, but now you can, find me over on X at Terry Weiss. I'm over there. I'm not a hard guy to find. That's what I tell everybody. I am not a hard man to find. I'm very, very easy to locate. Unlike some people like to hide behind their podcasted? I just made up a new word. They like to hide behind their podcasting abilities, I guess, and I don't know. I'm not a hard guy to find, so no worries there. You can find me over on X, formerly known, the social site formerly known as Twitter, under at Terry Weiss. I've also got weissthoughts.com for the podcast, but I digress. If you like these golden pipes and you need some voiceover work done for, your business, personal, your podcast, your website, your video, your explainer video, whatever, just go to terryweiss.com. You can hear some samples of my work there, and I assure you I will exceed your expectations, okay? I believe in 200% customer service. How's that? So let's get started here with, let's see if we can get started with our Wordsmith word of the episode. All right. Thank you, Mr. Producer Extraordinaire. What's today's word?
Epillion.
Oh, say that again.
Epillion.
Epillion. E-P-Y-L-L-I-O-N. Epillion. And what it is, it's a noun. It's a narrative poem that resembles an epic poem in style, but which is notably shorter. Let's see. How would we use that? An example sentence. If you read the song instead of sing it, it turns into an epillion. Now, I never knew that. If you read the song instead of sing it, it turns into an epillion, which, of course, again, by a noun by its definition, is a narrative poem that resembles an epic poem in style, but which is notably shorter. What's another sentence we can use epillium in? I planned to write an epic poem about my childhood, but it turned out to be more of an epillium in length. And how do we say that one more time, just so we know for our wordsmith word of the episode?
Epillion.
Epillion. E-P-Y-L-L-I-O-N. And there you go. And that is your wordsmith word of the episode. So there you go. All right. So now you got it, and now you know it. So let's get right into the program on what we're going to talk about today on Wise Thoughts, shall we? It's all around us. It's growing in popularity. It's getting more and more popular. It's infesting every area of human life at this time, and it has even caused an actor's strike in Hollywood. And I'm not sure if it was influential in the writer's strike that they settled, but the actors are definitely, this is one of their sticking points on strike in Hollywood. And I'm talking about something that you can go to on the internet now, and there are literally every day dozens of more sites popping up. Google's using it. Businesses are using it. The medical field's using it. Every facet of society, both business and now personal, seems to be using it more and more. I'm talking about none other than artificial intelligence, or AI, as it is known for in short. Now, AI is the intelligence of machines or software, as opposed to the intelligence of humans or animals. It is also the field of study in computer science that develops the studies intelligent machines. AI may also refer to the machines themselves. Can anybody say Terminator? Skynet? Now, for those of you who have never seen the movie, you're going to be like, Terry, what are you talking about? Go look up the Terminator and watch it. It's free, I think, somewhere on YouTube or Tubi TV or something like that. It's on one of those sites that you can watch it for free. I mean, if you haven't seen a Terminator movie, where have you been? There's certainly enough of them out there, but the Terminator movies, is basically about AI gone awry. Ooh, say that 10 times. AI gone awry. And it's technology widely used throughout industry, government, and science. High-profile applications are advanced, such as web search engines, Google search, YouTube, Amazon, Netflix. Siri and Alexa use AI for understanding human speech. Self-driving cars, okay? ChatGPT is one of the most popular AIs out right now. And it also is good in AI is also used in competing at the highest level in strategic games such as chess and Go. Artificial intelligence was founded as an academic discipline in 1956. So this is something that's been around for a while. Okay, AI has been around for a while. However, it has not taken off into the stratosphere like it has lately, with obviously the advancements of technology and microchips and things of that nature. So it is definitely expanded by leaps and bounds. Artificial intelligence, again, way back in 1956, the field went through multiple cycles of optimism followed by disappointment and loss of funding. But after 2012, with deep learning surpassed all other previous AI attempts and techniques, there was a vast increase in funding and interest. So the year 2012, remember when the world was supposed to end? Everybody's like, oh, the Mayan calendar, we're all going to die in 2012, man. And that never happened. But that being said, and I'm thankful that never happened. But the thing is that's where deep learning surpassed all previous techniques. And then people said, there might be something here. Let's dive a little deeper into this and see what's going on. Now, there's various subfields of AI research, and they're centered around particular goals and the use of particular tools with AI that you might not be aware of. Traditional goals in AI research include like reasoning, knowledge representation, learning, natural language processing, and support for many forms of robotics and general intelligence, like the ability to solve an arbitrary problem. But there are other ways that AI is being used as well. Now, it's integrated into a wide range of problem-solving techniques, including search, mathematical optimization, formal logic, artificial neural networks, in just such fields as like statistics, operations research, and economics. Now, AI also draws upon psychology, linguistics, philosophy, and neuroscience. Those are just some of the fields that it goes into. I mean, and you can look up all this stuff on Wikipedia too. I mean, a lot of this information is in there. But here's the thing. The way AI is going, there's lots of fights coming down the road, and and what I mean by that, it's going to be in the courts, because you have people that develop books, songs, music. AI can be used in video to insert people's likenesses and things of that nature. So and some of it, even right now, is pretty, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. It's almost scary where they can take you and put you as, being the astronaut that landed on the moon. Like, whoa, whoa, man, that's a little scary for me, So I don't know, I mean, when you can play somebody's voice, and there's AI for voices now where you can have someone make a phone call and sound like a celebrity or almost anybody. You can even get your voice. There's websites. Now, I haven't done it because I don't want to, but there's websites you can go to actually have your voice sampled and then played back and then use it to say all kinds of things. And to me, that's a little bit intimidating and a little scary. I don't think I want that. I don't think I'm comfortable with that. Now, are there a lot of good practical uses for AI? Absolutely. There definitely is, in medical research, especially with like a lot of diseases and things like that, for research. And it can do a lot of things that, let's face it, guys and gals, we as human beings, we cannot do it. I mean, we can't keep up with all this stuff. And to have something at our disposal that can do something like that is absolutely phenomenal. But like with anything can be used for good, or it can also be used for evil. And I've talked with some people, spoken with a lot of folks, both in person and virtually, that have some major concerns about AI and AI technology, and the genie that is definitely out of the bottle now. The genie is definitely out of the bottle. And the other thing that we got to be cognizant of is that, if somebody gets a hold of it for nefarious reasons, it can be disastrous. And we definitely don't want that. We definitely don't want disastrous things like that. So it's just, I do have some grave concerns with that. And it's just a matter of time before, we're going to see more probably things, court cases about, stolen identity, stolen voice, stolen intellectual property, and things of that nature. And we're going to see, what happens with it, because at the end of the day, there's nothing can replace a good old-fashioned human being. I mean, you can have the smartest machines in the world. However, what makes us human are our faults. Let's be honest. Our faults are what make us human, and that's what's part of the human experience. So you gotta take the bad with the good, as they say, being a human being. It can't be all beds of roses. I do think there are a lot of great beneficial uses for artificial intelligence. However, the fact of the matter is sorry, little mic noise there, you might have heard. Are we as human beings going to be responsible enough? That's the word I'm looking for. Are we going to be responsible enough to control this Pandora's box that we have now accelerated and opened. Let me know what you think in the comments section, or if you want to hit me up on, I almost said Twitter, hit me up on X at Terry Weiss. You can even go under the episode of this program under there. When the episode drops, you'll see it on X. Or, send me an email. You can send it to mail, M-A-I-L, mail at weissthoughts.com. What do you think about artificial intelligence? Are you for it? Are you against it? What are some of your concerns? What are some of your things you're in favor of with it? And we can talk about, that and have a great conversation back and forth. I think that the good of AI, artificial intelligence, at this point in history, outweighs the bad. However, given the recent actors' strike and writers' strike, and some of the things I've seen where, kids are using it in schools and colleges now to write their term papers and everything, they're not actually writing them anymore. I can kind of see it as another way of maybe dumbing down society a little bit, because the arts are creative. When you create music, when you create poetry, when you create books, when you create works of art and things of that nature, that is an expression of our humanity. And that also allows you, in many cases, stress relief and release of endorphins. But if you can go just up to a computer screen now and press a button and type in, write me a short story about a young girl walking in the woods that finds a magical rabbit, and then that's it, and something can spit out a 200-page book off of that. I mean, where's the creativity for the human mind? I mean, are we going to, back ourselves into a mental corner where now those creative outlets are just going to be eliminated? I don't know. I mean, I see AI creates music. I mean, some of you that, obviously most of you that listen to this podcast regularly know that I'm an amateur musician at heart, lyricist and things of that nature. And I love making my own music. And at this point, I refuse to use AI to make any kind of drum beats or anything like that, or even write lyrics. I want to do it the old-fashioned way. Call me an old-fashioned kind of person, but I want to do it the old-fashioned way. I want to expand my mind, my creativity, and let those emotions out and take that emotional journey with each artful project, each, journey that I take. I want to take that journey in my mind. I want to either relive those emotions, good, bad, or indifferent, because that's what makes up, again, me. That's what makes up how I feel, how I act, how I react, and things of that nature. For those of you out there in the arts, whether you're a writer, a performer, a lyricist, what have you, painter, an expressionist, whatever, AI may be a threat to your very path to creativity. Now, some people might say, "Hey, Terry, you knucklehead." It's a way to maybe unlock more creativity. We'll see. I guess, time is going to tell. Time is definitely going to tell on that if that is so. Excuse me. But my concerns are, and I believe, from what I've talked to other people I believe my concerns are justified, because others seem to echo some of those same concerns, is that it's going to take the human element out of so many things and kind of dull it down to, make it vanilla, I guess is the only way to say it. Yeah, it might look good on paper. It might sound good to your ear if it's a piece of music or something. However, it's going to lack that human touch. I do audiobook narration. In fact, I've recently released a couple of them. They're on Audible for authors. And, excuse me, I'm working on a third project now for an author. But, AI is trying to creep its way into audiobook narration and voiceover. But I don't think at its core it's going to really affect the voiceover industry that I'm in as well, and the audiobook type thing and narration, because there's no feeling in there. Humans can convey, at this point in time, we can convey emotions, okay, with our pauses, our inflection in our voice, how we speak. Are we excited? Or are we informative? Like, look at that bird. Did you know that bird flew 300 miles? or we can be storytellers, or we can be, pitch like salesmen. Act now, offer limited, stuff like that. Or we can act sad, like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh my God. Human beings can convey emotion, where right now AI is not able to do that based on syntax and writing and grammar. And the day comes that it does, well, then maybe that industry will be in trouble and I'll be out of another job. But who knows? But those are some of the concerns. And call me a kook. You might want to say, Terry, you're a knucklehead. Okay. But I have a concern. Again, Terminator reference. See the movie Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and all the Terminator series. With this getting into the military, I don't want a computer controlling and making decisions to our military. Because if that computer becomes self-aware, it could decide, like Skynet and the Terminator is based on, they can decide in a nanosecond that we're the problem and we need to be eliminated and turn our own weapons against us. And that is kind of scary. And folks, not to sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist, but that could be a possibility. So I hope they never hook up to Skynet. You better never hook up to Skynet, ever. Ever don't hook up to Skynet. Remember that. Hear that? All you military people around the world, all you people in power, don't hook up to Skynet. So, but that's just what I wanted to talk about today is artificial intelligence. I mean, it's springing up all over the place. And while it has a lot of great uses and it's a time saver and it's probably opening up fields of possibilities for the great minds as well of our generations with medical research and scientific things, it can also have a down and dirty dark side, as we've seen from the strikes in Hollywood already to some other ones I've read about on the internet with authors of books, plagiarism, or maybe they'll call it something different when, the kids in high school and college are writing a thesis and their reports using AI. It can have a downside. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. You can hit me up on X at Terry Weiss or go to weissthoughts.com under this show and leave a comment in the comments section. But AI, it's here to stay. It's just how are you going to deal with it? Hey, thanks for listening to the program today. I truly appreciate each and every one of you out there. And remember, to see a change in the world, you have to be the change in the world you want to see. It all starts with you, the person looking back at you in the mirror every morning. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others. If you want to tweet at me on Twitter, it's at Terry Weiss. Stop by the website, weissthoughts.com, just to make sure you spell my name right, W-Y-C-E, weissthoughts.com. And hey, leave us a positive rating and review on your favorite podcast provider, won't you? Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your pets about Weiss Thoughts. And I look forward to gathering yet again around the virtual campfire with you real soon. Take care.